Hello friends, welcome. Friends, BSNL 5G rollout in Delhi and Mumbai by December 2025. Now, population of both these cities, Delhi and Mumbai, are eagerly waiting for BSNL's 5G rollout. Now, friends, this is pretty important. If BSNL is able to deploy a network from an equipment capability point of view at par with all the other operators, then BSNL, I can tell you, will have a definite edge in Delhi and Mumbai. Today's video is going to analyze why BSNL is going to have an edge compared to all the three other players in Delhi and Mumbai as they roll out 5G network, because they have got delayed significantly and their 700 megahertz spectrum currently has not been used by 4G, because I have been saying this from the very beginning that 700 has to be used for 5G in order to draw economies of scale in India as well as from the world, because 700 is not a 4G band. Even if you deploy 4G in 700, you will not get the device economies of scale. You will only have the capability in the high-end devices. So friends, in order to ensure that my viewers get a very good picture as to why BSNL will have a competitive edge compared to other operators, I have this spectrum chart right in front of you. Because this is a bird eye view. You can have a look, you can pause the video and analyze this chart at your own leisure. So this is the map of Delhi and this is the map of Mumbai. So we will go step by step and try to figure out why BSNL will have a competitive edge in Delhi and Mumbai. So look at this. These are all operators and these are the verticals that of spectrum map for all the operators. So it gives a very easy way of comparing. Now friends, I have adopted a strategy in this diagram. So I have created a layers of spectrum. You see 700 megahertz is a different layer, 800 megahertz is a different layer, 900 megahertz is a different layer, and like that. Why I have these layers? Because it becomes very easy to then compare. Otherwise it becomes so difficult. The other thing which I have done is that the length of these bar, length means this is the length, okay, in this side. The length is the indication of how coverage is of that particular spectrum band is. Now width is the quantum. So I've tried to keep the width, proportionate to the quantum. For example, BSNL has got 10 megahertz of spectrum in 700 megahertz in Delhi. So this spectrum, this block's, width is equal to that of Reliance Jio. So you can clearly see that only BSNL and Reliance Jio has got 700 megahertz. Neither Bharti and neither Vodafone has got 700 megahertz. Similarly, 800 megahertz, if you see, only Reliance Jio has got 800 megahertz. None of the other operators have 800 megahertz. Okay. So there is a synergy between Reliance Jio and BSNL in 700. 900, BSNL has got 6.4 megahertz. Bharti has got 6 megahertz and Vodafone has got 10 megahertz. Okay. And then 1800, BSNL has got 10 megahertz. Then we have got Reliance Jio 10 megahertz. Bharti has 7 megahertz and Vodafone Idea has got 10.6 megahertz. 2100, BSNL has got 5 megahertz. Bharti has got 15 megahertz and Vodafone Idea has got 5 megahertz. Then 2300, BSNL does not have anything. Reliance Jio has got 40 megahertz. Bharti has got 30 megahertz, and 2500, both BSNL and Vodafone Idea 20 each. And the 3G 3500, 5G 3500, you know that. BSNL 70 megahertz, Reliance Jio 100 megahertz, Bharti 100 megahertz, and Vodafone Idea 50 megahertz. Now, from this chart, one can clearly tell without me explaining who has got competitive edge. Now, friends, BSNL can deploy SA network. So definitely Reliance Jio's network spectrum quality looks like better than all the three. But let's evaluate this step by step. First is Reliance Jio and BSNL both have 700. Now I am assuming that BSNL is going to deploy 5G in 700 and their network is going to be reasonably empty. So as soon as their 5G comes up in Delhi, you will see the quality of service of BSNL will be significantly higher because their network is going to be lightly loaded. So people may move to BSNL to get a better quality 5G experience. Now, BSNL does not have 800 megahertz. Reliance Jio already have 800 megahertz, 10 megahertz, so their 4G is anyway different. But BSNL can deploy 4G in 900 megahertz, 5 megahertz, right? And then they can do CA with 1800 megahertz also. So their 4G quality from a capacity point of view is going to be lower than that of Reliance Jio. But if they do CA with 1800 megahertz, means carrier aggregation with 1800 megahertz, they will be at par with Reliance Jio. That I can tell you because their network is going to be lightly loaded. Then 2500 megahertz spectrum, 5 it is for 3G. If they dismantle it, then you can do a 3 carrier aggregation here, 3 CA. But I don't think that 2100 is going to be dismantled. I don't know because there are some voice subscribers there. It may take some time. So that is where the situation is. So now if you look at in the lower frequency band, right? Let's look at the lower frequency band. Then we can move up in the mid frequency and the high frequency. In the low frequency band, you can clearly see that BSNL's spectrum quality is at par with that of Reliance Jio. Bharti and Vodafone Idea, you can say Bharti is of the poorest quality because Bharti has only 6 megahertz of spectrum in 900, and I am assuming that they are doing 2G there. They may be doing 4G there and they may have moved up 2G in the 1800. I don't know. I am just assuming, but it doesn't really matter. As regards Vodafone Idea is concerned, Vodafone Idea's spectrum quality may look at par with that of both Reliance Jio as well as BSNL because they have got 10 megahertz of 900, but their problem is that they have to deal with 2G also. So if they move their 2G in 1800, so they also can do standalone 5G by integrating 3500 with 900. So Vodafone can do, but because of their 2G management, there is a problem here, right? So 10.6 megahertz, some portion of their spectrum will be eaten away by 2G. But BSNL doesn't have a problem because BSNL doesn't have 2G network here. So they actually have to keep that 3G layer as it is. So they definitely can do a CA between 3500 and 700, which is standalone 5G, and their 4G network can do CA between 2500, 1800 and 900, which will almost become at par with Reliance Jio's 4G network with 2300, 1800 and 800, right? As regards Bharti is concerned, because Bharti will always be in NSA, so it doesn't matter because they will always have an anchor carrier down below 4G and they will keep their 3500 megahertz at 5G. But why I am saying that BSNL has got an edge here as regards spectrum capacity is concerned, because BSNL can do 700 and 3500, which is clear, and their network is going to be reasonably free, and they don't really think, I think they will do FWA because MTNL, which was the earlier BSNL, means you can say PSU, they have got a lot of wireline subscribers. So I don't think that they will emphasize a lot on FWA here. So this spectrum is going to be mainly used for mobile, right? So 4G, these layers you leaving aside 2100, and 5G is going to be 700 and 3500 with a possibility of using CA in 2100 later when you upload 3G. As regards Reliance Jio is concerned, they may think of using 1800 megahertz for CA for 5G with 700. But the problem would be then their 4G quality is going to become very bad, because what will happen, they will have 800 megahertz 4G and 2300 megahertz 4G. That's all. So they may decide not to do CA. They will continue to do 700 and 3500 megahertz CA SA for a long period of time. So their 4G network will continue to remain like this because their capacity problem is going to limit them to use 1800 megahertz for CA, whereas for BSNL, there is a possibility of using 2100 megahertz by uprooting 5G for 3G and put 5G here. So they can do CA between 700, 2100 and 3500, right? And as regards Bharti, I told you, as regards Vodafone is concerned, 3500 and 900, and then because they have to manage their 2G network, so there is a possibility of not being able to use 5G to do a mid-band 5G, but what they can do is they can uproot their 2100 megahertz 5 megahertz 4G and put a 5G layer. So you can say that it is almost at par with that of BSNL, if not bad, right? So they can have, what is that? They will do 900 megahertz, then 2100 megahertz, and 3500, and their 4G and 2G will be at 1800 and 2500, but 4G will become thin. So there is a possibility that they may not. So that's why I've been saying, friends, BSNL network is pretty strong. Now let's go to Mumbai. Mumbai, there is a similar structure, except for the fact that Reliance Jio has got 800 megahertz, 15 megahertz of spectrum in 800 for 4G. So they are pretty strong as far as 4G is concerned by having an 800 pretty thick layer. BSNL, same, right? So if you look at, there is not much difference here except for the fact that 700, 3500, and as regards 4G is concerned, they will do 900, 1800, 2100. They put 3G here. They can slice 5 megahertz here and keep their 3G to only 5 megahertz, and carve out a 5 megahertz here for 5G. So they can do a CA right away here with 3500, 5 megahertz of 5G, and 700, and rest they can keep on 4G. So BSNL still has got an advantage. Why? 700 and 3500, they can anchor it with SA 5G and carve out a layer of 5 megahertz of mid-band spectrum for 5G, and keep their 3G layer only in 5 megahertz, and they will have their 4G in 900 and 1800 megahertz, 20 megahertz here in 4G. So you can clearly see that the strength of BSNL. As regards Reliance is concerned, Reliance is also similar here. This band and this band will be at par with BSNL. As regards 4G is concerned, what they can do, they can do a carrier aggregation with 2300 and 800 because their network is pretty thin, and they can remove the 4G from 1800 megahertz and put a 5G layer here. So they can do a CA between 700, 1800, and 500 and 3500, right? As regards Bharti is concerned, they only are heavily mid-band and high band. They don't have anything much in the low frequency band. So I am assuming if they're doing 4G here in 900, because I put 2G here, so they may be putting 2G here. So it depends, what you actually look at. So if they are going to do 4G here, so their 4G anchor carrier is going to be 900, 2G is going to be in 1800, plus 4G in 1800, 2100 is already 4G, 2300 is 4G, and then this is 5G. So it looks like that there is a possibility of them doing a mid-band 5G is pretty thin, but if they want, they can remove the 2100 megahertz layer completely and put a mid-band 5G here. But it is not going to be of much advantage because this is anyway going to remain NSA for a long period of time. As regards Vodafone is concerned, their 900 megahertz is pretty thick. So they put a anchor carrier here for 5G and then join this with 3500. So they can do an SA here. And then their 2G network will be in 1800 plus 5 megahertz for 4G. And then the 2100 will remain on 4G and 2500. So here, I think Vodafone Idea is better as far as Bharti is concerned as regards their 5G strategy is concerned. So I could call them almost at par with that of BSNL. So if you rank here, I would rank both BSNL and Reliance Jio at par, because BSNL network is going to be pretty thin. And then I would rank Vodafone Idea as regards their capability to SA, because they have got 900 megahertz and 3500 they can do, and they can remove one layer here of 5G, or depending upon what they think, because it is very clear in front of you. But they can definitely do SA here. So that's all, friends. So I thought of drawing this and bringing this in front of you so that you can very easily get a feel that how empowering BSNL is, how strong BSNL is in Delhi and Mumbai if they decide to do a quality job and their equipment is empowering. They can really threaten both Reliance Jio and Bharti, as well as Vodafone Idea in Delhi and Mumbai. I do not know why they did not do their network deployment in Delhi and Mumbai earlier. So there is going to be a very viable alternative as regards BSNL is concerned in Delhi and Mumbai, even among the affluent customers. So thank you, friends, for your time. I hope that you like this video, and I'll come back with a new video on a new topic next time. Thanks for listening till the end.